almost phased out. Almost, I mean, I think a one base roach almost always dies to two base roach, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, very, very often.
I can't
And
really think of a situation where it wouldn't unless the two basing player just makes the mistake of making too many drones.
yep. I mean, instead of going for the evolution chamber, I could have thrown down a hatchery and just went into that sort of thing that we were just talking about, a second hatchery fairly early, and
Right.
that probably would have been okay as well.
Yep. So that was cool, man. Well, I'm gonna take us to an MLG map. We're gonna go play on Testbug
Okay.
because I like Testbug, and I think it's an interesting map in that it has a very secure natural, but also a very open center. There it is, which just creates interesting, fun dynamics, in my opinion.
Did you see they changed it? I don't know if this is the changed version or not.
I did not see the changes.
They did.
What changes
Um,
exist?
I can read it, but I don't recall completely. Let me go look for it. Maybe someone on stream knows, but I think they did something with the center.
I feel like they added some just gadgets around the map to create some choke points. Is that what happened?
Nope.
That sounds about right.
It's close, but no.
No?
Nope.
Okay. Fine.
Not to shoot down your idea at all, but that's not it.
I feel so wrong.
They did something with high ground to make it low ground, or low ground to make it high ground.
Hmm. That sounds
Indeed.
kind of
No
weird.
one's messaged. No one said anything yet.
Oh,
No
I
one's
should
like,
probably check the chat. See what chat is saying.
I can probably check it too.
Um. Nope.
They don't know, huh?
People
They're
are
just like,
just saying random things.
nice.
All right. Nope. Nope. Just mindless chat. All right. So test bug. I'm gonna fire it up. How do you feel about that?
It sounds fine with me.
All right. So we've been at this for a while. I don't think we're gonna get through a whole best of 7. This will probably be our last game, and then we'll take our questions. So we got to make it count.
Okay, cool. MLG test bug. Bases enlarged for more building space. Added doodads in front of the natural choke to tighten the area around rocks. Replaced gaps in the middle with high ground. So you're right with the doodads. I was right with the high position.
So we were both right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
Test bug. I feel like I should cheese on this map. I just have the feeling of like cheese would work really, really well here.
Do it, man.
Do it?
Do it.
Okay. You get to see my version of cheese.
I would
My
love to
favorite
see
version.
your favorite version of ZvZ cheese because this is something I need to know.
It's not that cheesy. Probably won't be even considered cheese against his style. It's really only cheese against Hatch first.
Okay.
It's not really even cheese. It's just early pressure. I didn't mean like six bull.
And here I was hoping to see 7 pool double spine crawler drone all in.
Hey, it's not okay. There we go. I'll let you see that.
No.
Not a huge fan of that play. I don't know.
I don't
No
think
one really should
I
be.
don't think anybody's a fan of that crap. I saw you defend that today, while going hatch
Really?
first, no less.
Really?
Right?
In the stream?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Against.
against Jack,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Against someone like Jerry or something.
Yeah, some random Bill.
Hatch first. It's pretty good against everything apparently. Except for Gerbil's 12 bull. No.
Except for Gerbil's 12 pool. So I'm curious about what this early pressure is going to be. Just 14-14 something?
It's close to that. It's just gonna be like a 13 or a 14-13.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Nothing spectacular. I'm not gonna teach any new tricks yet. I gotta save those for MLG so I can beat you in the finals. Make you win $100.
Give up 5,000 to win the 100.
It's a good trade, right?
Right.
I'll remind you of that whenever we reach the finals. Be like, remember that time? You have a bet on this. You don't want to win? No.
Oh man. I think if you were to make it to the finals and then realize that I was your opponent, you'd be feeling pretty happy. That's what Rhett told me when I told him we were going to meet in the finals. He goes, "Oh, if you were my opponent, I would be very pleased."
Aw,
I
silly red.
was like, "Oh, thanks a lot, Rhett."
How dare you? But, I mean, you can tell this isn't really cheese, obviously.
No,
It's
it's safe. It's greedy. I shouldn't say greedy, but I mean it's aggressive. But you're
yeah,
not going to be all in.
it's gonna be all in if he hatch firsts.
I see.
Indeed, but I don't think he is. But I don't really know. You can't see that far away base, so And this is fairly good against that sort of 6-pool sort of thing. Alright, so he is this position. Did not hatch first. Interesting. That Overlord Scout's a bit slow, though. Maybe you're not that position. I think he is, though. I don't know. Just one of those days. I do not like this map. Just do not like
Not a
this
fan
map.
of Test Bug. I love Test Bug. I think it's a great map.
How? How are you a fan of Tesco?
I just think it's so fun. It's like the easy third, easy fourth.
I don't know.
Oh, look at that sneaky micro.
Bet you thought I was losing that Ling fight, didn't you?
I did until I saw those 2 full health Lings come up from behind.
I thought I was losing it because I was busy paying attention to other things.
I see the Baneling nest is down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sheth, I feel like this is going to be so close.
You do? You do?
I do.
That wasn't necessarily that great. Where's my
speed?
There's my speed.
Holy shit. I literally did not breathe there.
Pretty crazy Ling usage. Can't believe you went for something even earlier than my early build.
Yeah, that was the Gerbil 12 pool.
Oh. Interesting. That was a lot of Lings.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. That first injection comes at such a weird time.
Mm-hmm. I did have my own injection, but it just wasn't timed
Yeah.
perfectly right.
That was
If he has roaches here, he could hold this off, theoretically. If he gets them on the ramp quick enough. Don't know if it's quick enough. Oh my god! Not quick enough.
Oh, man.
That'll be a good game.
What an epic game. I could not ask for a better game to end that series on. So his roaches were seconds away from popping out. You had 6 banelings?
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I don't know if everybody else in chat realizes what we were just watching, but that was intensely close. Holy crap, man. That was so good.
I'm just gonna pretend like, no, it was all easy. I had that the whole time.
I'm
I knew what
going
I
to
was
post
doing.
those replays if somebody wants to cast them, because those were 5 great games.
They were actually very good
Excellent
games. I agree.
games. Man. Whew, I'm all giddy and excited. That was epic. All right, buddy. So we're going to take a couple questions. I'm not going to keep you long because we've already gone a little farther than I wanted to in terms of the games.
Okay.
Gerbil says you played great and smiley face.
Well, let me message him. GG's was fun.
That was so close. I thought his roaches were going to be in time. I was like, oh god, Sheth, why did you morph the Banes in your base? They'll never make it in time. His roach ward was like, that kind of game is what makes me happy to watch StarCraft and to be a fan of this awesome game.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
all right. All right. Here's a question from an aspiring streamer.
Awesome.
I'm gonna preface this by saying to this person, he's probably not gonna like the answer, but he says, Sheth, I watch your stream a lot, and you always have so many viewers. What tips do you have for players that want to establish their stream as a popular place for folks that watch StarCraft?
I think the only reason I'm at all popular as a streamer is really just because that I analyze my games. and I talk about them while I'm playing. And it's just something unique that very few people like Mr. Bitters and a few other really good people do very often. And the fact that I've been doing it, I've been playing StarCraft for a while, so I have a lot of people who know me. So like it's a combination of getting known a bit, like getting some people who are like, oh, I know who that guy is, and then doing something different that other people really aren't doing who are in your situation, and then put a lot of effort into it. I mean, for me, I try and be as mannered as I can about a lot of things. Like I avoid I avoid a lot of the antics and shenanigans that some other people do, and I just try and keep it nice for
I think you're
a
leaving
younger
out a very
audience.
important detail, which is your what, rank one North American Grandmaster.
Not anymore. I think now I'm like 14 or 9 or something.
Okay, well, regardless, one of the best players in the country. So, if you're really really good at StarCraft, people will watch you play. Uh,
This is true as
and
well.
you know, there's other ways you can garner attention. But
Be friends with Mr. Bitter and then get on his stream.
there you go. Come on my stream.
Good, good
That's
advertising.
that's right. I like to pretend that I played a hand in Spin Ishiwa's rise to fame.
Of course.
I know you're a big Spin Ishiwa fan, right, Chef?
Yeah, I'm okay with him. We hung out on Kings of Ten yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no problem with him. I just don't like his build. Nothing to do with him.
He's a great dude. I love Spin Ishiwa.
Yeah, I had a good time with him.
Dear Sheth, you discussed the rock, paper, scissors effect of Banes versus Speedlings versus Roaches. Much of this is counter-oriented and easily falls into one player opening the wrong way and another player opening the right one. Um, bum, 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 bum. Okay, what this guy is trying to ask is how much can aggression dictate what the other guy does? He's basically asking, can I be aggressive and force this? What's your answer?
And that's what a lot of times Speedling is. Speedling is you're aggressive with Speedlings. The person who goes Banes beats the person who stayed on Speedlings longer. The person who went Roaches beats the person who went Banes, and it's all about timing. It's really complicated. Depends on map size, positioning.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it.
It's
One
so
thing,
it's such a difficult question to
one thing that
answer.
I haven't talked about enough today, Sheth, is scouting. And one thing that I didn't notice you doing as much today, and I think it's probably just because we were playing on large maps, is checking on your opponent's gas. I am a
Oh,
huge proponent of saying always check out what his geyser looks like, because you can see exactly how much gas he's mined. Do you have a comment on that?
yeah, that's pretty true. In ZvZ, it's harder to do because the queen will kill you, and then you lose an overlord for it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I'm not sure I really like it, to be quite honest.
Okay. Okay. So once
In
again,
ZvZ.
Mr. Bitter is wrong.
Well, it's just sometimes it's good if you don't know what your opponent's doing. That's a good plan. But if you have a general idea, like oh roaches, okay, you don't really need to know his
Right.
gas timings.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
You do a much better job of reading him on other indicators.
it's hugely important though, like you said, to note when his expansion's gas comes up, and I use speedlings to do that
Yeah.
instead of an overlord again.
Yeah. Also, a huge thing you can look for when you're scouting is when you have lings out, especially when you have speedlings out, you can really watch what's coming out of those eggs in the natural, and that's a good tell, in my opinion. As a low-level platinum player, what kind of build do you recommend for acquiring a grip on the matchup? If you're talking to not Johnny Bronzeleaguer, because Johnny Bronzeleaguer needs to just 5 roach rush, but if you're talking to somebody in the Platinum League or the Diamond League, and they're asking you, hey Sheth, what build should I do to get better at ZvZ? What is your response?
Lovely. It's a question I've been asked a lot, and I generally teach people how to do some sort of 14 pool, 14 gas, and just experiment with it. Find out what beats you. Find out what you beat. Like figure out which is which, and then try hatch first. See which builds you beat, see which builds you lose to, and then you're good.
Yeah. Speaking of hatch first, we've been talking a lot about 15 hatch, 15 pool, 17 gas, roaches. I say a lot, but we talked about it. It happened in 2 of our games today. It's, in my opinion, probably the safest way to go hatch first. But I feel like it's susceptible to like a +1 mass speed link timing.
Really?
What do you think about that?
I've never seen a +1 speed link timing.
Oh man, then I've got a build to show you later.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'll show you and I can run it by you. at a later date, and we'll get back to you guys with that question. Um,